Round one, our opponent chooses to play first. He's mulliganing. We're going to keep, although we're not quick, it's still a good enough hand for sure. Oh, well, guess our mana problems are taken care of this game. Red, blue, feet is pretty good too. Morph. I'll see your morph, and I'll raise you a morph. Oh, okay. Let's bash in, and we can drop the Horde Chief, or we can drop the Krumar. I think the Horde Chief makes the most sense. It adds the same amount of power to the board and gives us more potential upside later. Plus, at some point we're going to be able to, well, some point being next turn, we can unmorph this guy if we need to or want to, if we have any desire. And we'll get ourselves a nice little 5-power dude on the board. We also have Murderous Cut at some point for that unblockable guy if he gets out of control. All right. So I think this is an unmorph turn. Getting in for 7's pretty huge here. So I think this is going to be a Feet plus Krumar turn. He's probably just blocking Expert on the Krumar Bonkin, so we'll Feet. Get some protection. Krumar. Pass. All right. I think we're just going to kill that Mystic with Murderous Cut. It's starting to get down there a little bit too close to for comfort. So I can do Student plus Murderous Cut. especially if he overextends here. If he attacks, I have to Murderous Cut this turn because we're in Arrow Storm range otherwise. But I kind of want him to overextend his attack here. Like basically, if he like burns my student, so he can, I basically I want him to go for like a lethal strike. I want him to think he's safe to get in huge here. If he just attacks Mystic, we're gonna cut it anyway. I've got a feeling like this is a weaponsmith since he hasn't unmorphed it yet and he hasn't hit his white source. And he's presumably Jeskai. He doesn't have to be. He could also be Temur. If he swings team, I think it's a pretty easy student on morph, warrior on goblin, and then murderous cut on the mystic. Okay, so no blocks, murderous cut. Staying out of the arrow storm range. Now I could have done that during his combat step to not give him the attack. Or not give him the, yeah, to not give him the attack to turn on the arrow volley storm or whatever, but that's okay. I don't know why he took so long to unmorph it, but it's not what I thought it was. So, do I want the Horde Mate? I guess it doesn't do much, but it does give me another dude on the board, so I'll do it. The only guy I could bring back anyway is the student, so. That is totally not what I thought it was. Another Hordling Outburst, jeez. Ooh, there it is. Yeah, I think we just gain a bajillion life. Get in here. We're just gaining just a ridiculous amount of life here. Definitely forcing some awkward blocks. I guess what? At the very least, we're making him chump with his goblins, plus we're gaining a bunch of life. It's worth it. So he's going to chump block here. He's going to chump block these. He's going to eat our dude. We're going to gain 20 life. So what? Gain 20, lose a token, deal 4 to him? It's a pretty acceptable exchange. Plus kill all his board. All right. So he didn't see another color resource. Multiple Hordling Outbursts is pretty indicative that he's a Trumpet Blast deck. Likely a Trumpet Blast deck. I don't know if there's anything I want to bring in necessarily. I could ditch the Snakeskin because he's in blue, so it's likely he's got bounce effects. Like whether it be a Force Away, Water Whirl, Set Adrift. It's all pretty good against the Snakeskin, but then again, if the Snakeskin just gets, if you get in a couple times with it, it makes it pretty much worth it. Could bring in a Despise, I guess, to like know what his morphs are. Get a better idea. But I think we keep it the same. Let's try again. Till we see a bounce effect, we'll leave in the Snakeskin. His hand's fine. Dune Blast is a little bit slow looking, but we've got our fixer. Wind Scout's a good card. Bonkin's good too. I think we just do the guide now, though, in case we find something better. Okay. Oh, geez. That was a super amazing turn progression. Yeah, that was bonkers strong. All right, so we take just 1 billion damage here. It was a sick play on his part. Let's see if we can recover from that. It's a pretty big game changer. Set us back a creature, got a haste creature. So hopefully he's only got 2 cards left, but that was actually a really sick mulligan to 6. I wonder if what of that he drew into and what he started with. Yeah, so unfortunately I have to take this. I don't like to. I really don't want to take it, but it's not leaving me a ton of options here. I'm going to have to bust. Oh, no. That's an incredible turn progression. All right. Well, he just set himself so far ahead in like no time at all. That was incredible. Skull Hunter is actually terrible for us here. So I think I have to Murderous Cut just to buy enough time to survive to potentially get to Dune Blast. But let's be honest, that does not seem highly realistic. So I think we have to drop the Skull Hunter just so I can block with it at some point so I don't die. So I can possibly... I don't think we're winning. But if I could somehow survive long enough to get Dune Blast online, we've got a shot. But yeah, that was one of the more incredible turn progressions I've seen. Wind Scout into Swift Spear Arc Lightning was into Heartpiercer is pretty brutal. It's a brutal beatdown. All right, so no blockers. All right, so I guess we Murderous Cut the flyer. No plays. Play the spoils. I can't really afford to attack here. Not when I'm in volley range. That was pretty brutal too. Alright, so forcing me to do Dune Blast to kill 2 guys. Plus I'm really low on life. Kind of wish he'd played a follow-ups thing there, but instead I've just got a Doom Blast. This is unfortunate in more ways than one, since it not only indicates it's going to tell him I have Doom Blast, and I'm still not likely to win this game. So that's the downside. I guess now we know he's got Barrage of Boulders, but against our Skull Hunters, that's a pretty big deal. Yeah, so he immediately plays something that's going to kill us, which makes me wish I had just conceded so he didn't know about the Dune Blast, but I had to go for it anyway. You understand. There was a chance he didn't have a follow-up spell that immediately killed us, but he did, in fact, have a spell that immediately killed us, unfortunately. So we are extremely weak against Barrage of Boulders, which sucks, but I can't do anything about it. Do I want like a random Sidisi's pet because it's got lifelink over like Behemoth maybe or something? I don't think so. I think we just hope our opponent doesn't have that nutso of a start. Could also try and Despise instead of the Snakeskin, but we're on the play here, and I know our deck can. I know our deck can go crazy. We just have to go crazy, or else we have to worry about him going crazy, I guess. So let's just draw hot, huh? I think it's all pretty simple. We draw well, and then we win. This doesn't look that great. No black source, no green source. Double Skull Hunter with no black source could end up to be really bad. Mardu Hateblade without a black source is also awful. It's just a 1-mana 1/1, which is pretty bad. I have to calculate how bad this hand is. Abzan Charm is just straight up a dead card in here. As is the Double Skull Hunter, and the Horde Mate is, I guess, playable eventually. Hateblade's awful without a black source. I think I have to mulligan this. Well, I have to think about it. So I have 8 sources of black. If I don't, all right, I think actually, let me think about this. So Abzan Charm's just a dead card. This might as well not be in my hand. So that means I have a 6-card hand that's 2 planes of Hateblade. If I draw, okay, I guess I keep, because if I draw a black source, which is 8 cards in our deck, which isn't the greatest percentage, but I'm going to keep it. There's enough chance that we draw a black source, and then we go crazy with this hand. If we don't draw a black source, we'll lose. I'll accept it. Absolutely a risky keep. Not trying to deny that at all. I just kept it because if we draw a black source, there is a lot of upside. So miss the black source first time around. We can still draw a black source and be in some really good shape here. So we're going to get blown out by Arc Lightning. So what would I prefer to get blown out by Arc Lightning with? I guess I'd rather lose the Bondkin. So when he arc lightnings me, I can eventually get back the hate blade when I find a black source. I guess that's reasonable. Found our black source far too late. Far too late. Yeah, far too late. So I guess I attack with hate blade because even if he kills it, I just horde made it back anyway. And if he doesn't kill it, then at least I get a point of damage in. Alright, he could not care less, so just horde mate, bring our guy back. So if I knew what I was going to draw, I would have mulliganed, but I didn't know what I was going to draw, so I kept. Alright, block the Swift Spear. Oh, now he's going to barrage? No barrage. Okay. Quite understand that. Alright, that's kind of strange. Guess we play the Krumar then. Our opponent's got a grip, so I kind of am curious what's going on here. Not worth using the Abzan Charm, in my mind. Let's just get some Skull Hunters out there. I'd rather use Abzan Charm on a creature that's going to make me lose. Does he just have a grip full of lands? Is that why he's not playing spells? Alright, I think now we use Abzan Charm. But I guess he could counterspell it, but so we just swing team, and we're going to put counters on our dudes when he blocks. Plus make him discard. Alright, Prowler, no problem. Everything but the Skull Hunter, because that just seems like too easy of a trade for him. So I guess he drops or blocks the Hate Blade or the Skull Hunter with the Prowler. Probably the Hate Blade, I guess. He's got more reasonable outs for the Skull Hunter. If I had attacked with everything, he just snap blocks there, blocks here, takes 5. So I couldn't threaten lethal even if I had attacked with everything. And yeah, I think I understand those blocks pretty good. All right. So he had a lot of opportunities there to draw out of that situation, and he drew more poorly than we did. So I'm glad that worked out for us. I definitely had some concerns. I think he had a good couple opportunities to really grind out a couple guys, and we would have been too far behind, missing the black source to come back. But thankfully, we saw unfortunately, I guess the first black source we saw was a tap land, which still slowed us up pretty good, but um, it worked out. It all worked out in the end. So he really did just hiccup after the heart piercer. There was a point where his board state was really nice looking. I'm very curious why he attacked with a swift spear into a timely horde mate. Seemed like a bad idea because the prowess wasn't gonna get it out of trade position, you know. But okay, yeah, I'll see you round 2.